Good morning. I love that we're doing our YouTube uh, lives now, and YouTube is just such a better platform for it. Um, but we have so many new followers on Facebook
Yeah.
that I'm hoping some of them gravitate. I feel like we'll probably get more people watching if we're doing it on Facebook. So we should do some Facebook lives and talk about the going on YouTube. I think that would be cool. Good morning, everybody. We are the Sailbuns. If you're new to talking with us, we live on our 37-foot sailboat and travel doing music everywhere we go professionally. And we are in Maine for the summer, very weirdly without our boat, doing theater shows and other shows and hanging out with a puss here in Maine.
Yeah. Puss is down there. You can't see him yet. I'm going to try to coax him up into the chair later so you can check him out.
Pickles.
This chair is very awkward to sit and hold the guitar in.
Is that the first time you sat in that chair with a Gretsch?
Yeah.
Oh. It was a little bit of a meow face overnight. Just meow, meow.
I think he was meowing this morning.
It was, yeah, he waited until after like 8 o'clock. So that was good. Instead of doing it at 3 in the morning and 4 in the morning and 5 in the morning. Yes, you were better today.
So today, Sunday, got a show, matinee, in the afternoon. I'm not crazy about matinees, but they are what they are. It's not. It's just hard to get the energy up, but you do it. It's just because usually Saturday the show previous, like last night, was fucking on fire. Friday night was incredible, and then you get to the afternoon, you're distracting.
Well, get over it.
Jesus Christ!
Go ahead.
Somebody's talking.
I'm
You're
not.
like,
I'm not talking. I wasn't talking at all. I was just like coaxing the cat up. Go ahead.
But yeah, it's hard to keep the energy up. But crowds are what they are. Nobody's gonna come in at 3 in the afternoon on a fucking Sunday and be like, going crazy. But
There's that again.
it's a show that relies a lot on the crowd energy.
If you don't know, it's the Rocky Horror Show live. So like the Rocky Horror Picture Show with like Tim Curry, the movie, but it's like the stage performance with a really amazing cast, and the pit in which Galen plays bass in is all live and up on stage. So it's really pretty amazing. Um, and they did this show 11 years ago, something like that.
Something like that.
And some of the same cast members are in it. Hey, Puss, that's not a good place for you so much. What's underneath that blanket?
Cords.
Oh.
The blankets there.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's not going to hurt it.
He's fine.
Yeah, that's all right.
He's gonna be a good kitty, right,
He's-
Puss? There you go. Get right up there, buddy.
Wish we had two cameras. He's doing, we call it in the boat, he's doing an explore. It's like, oh, something's in a different position. I have to crawl all over it and try to figure it out.
See, this takes. It's not even recognizing my thing that we're going live.
So we got a few people on. I think I see my mother on. I'm not sure who else. Hey, Puss. Good grief.
There we are. Well, Martha is on. Good morning, happy Sunday. Anybody else watching? She says she has the heat on.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna warm up today, though. Yesterday was fucking cold.
I guess we technically have the heat on. We just have it set at like 65. So it will come on if it's below that.
Dean says he has the diesel heater on in the screen house.
Oh, stop.
All right.
I would really laugh if he actually got a diesel heater.
I don't think he's joking.
He might. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
Do you actually have a diesel heater in your screen house? I think he said he had one. I didn't know he had it in the screen house. All right, that's yours.
Okay. Oh, that'll be fun.
You can hold my guitar.
No, that's okay.
I don't even know why I'm holding this because it's like I can't play it and hold it at the same time.
Right. I'm more preoccupied with the fact that the cat just went behind the TV.
Play jazz chords.
There you go. He's not joking. He'll send pictures. But did you go out and get the?
When are we gonna go over to his place? Are we going over to?
But did you get the diesel heater after you learned about our diesel heater, or did you already have a diesel heater? That's the question. Then I want to know. For some strange reason, Puss always decides, like, right when we're doing our lives to, like, get into stuff. And I'm like, dude, calm yourself for, like, a few minutes, okay? It's like a toddler. You're paying attention to other things, so I need to make a ruckus. That's totally what it is, too.
I think if we have another cat, I'm gonna name it either Biscuit or Ruckus.
Those are good names.
Those are good cat
like that.
names.
Plus, why don't you come up here? You came up here last time and it was nice and relaxing.
Oh, Brandon's on.
Oh, cool. Hey, Brandon.
No heater needed. No heater needed down here.
Yeah.
Because you guys are hot enough.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again. Is Yoga Squirrel with you? Or are you on your own today? Looked like you folks were having some fun on the beach the other day. Brandon is a competitive surfer and freaking amazing. Pretty much on the water almost every day, I think.
You haven't seen too much of this guitar. This is the Gretsch we're always talking about. I have 3 Gretches now, but this is the one we're always talking about.
Well, technically you have 2, right?
I have 3. I just haven't met the 3rd one yet. It's kind of like, I go around fathering illegitimate children.
Oh my God.
I haven't met that one yet.
but he's out there.
He's out there.
He's out there somewhere.
He's out there. I'll meet him soon. Johnny and Susie are taking care of him right now.
I wonder if he's in Alaska.
I was hoping he was in Alaska, so I was gonna have Ukulele Russ christen it a little bit.
Oh my gosh, that would have been awesome.
I think Ukulele Russ is down in Florida right now, though. He fucking hops around.
Yeah, he does.
He was in Maine when we got here.
Come here. Up. Hey, Puss.
Yeah,
he's a challenge.
He's just playing.
He's a challenge today. Come on.
She's doing God's work, aka housework. Is that Booker? Sean B?
Hi, Sean.
Say hi. Yes.
I get to hang out with your beautiful wife the other day.
Hamby's on. He says
nice.
He was supposed to be on the Molly, but for mimosas, but he didn't get up early enough. Brandon says he paddleboarded from Lantana to Boynton Inlet for fun yesterday. I don't know where Lantana is, but
well, come on. It's like behind the chair.
It's finally getting new. Oh, Sean says I see a cat.
Yeah, he's playing hide and seek. It's a game we play where we look at. Hey, Puss. You look around things and then he puts his paws up and tries to get me. Yeah, so I got my hairs cut the other day and oh, there he is. Ta-da! And Sean's wife Amy owns a wonderful salon called Headlines, and she had recommended a new stylist on her Facebook page, and I needed a haircut, so I called her up, and she did a fantastic job, I think. And she was very nice too. I liked her too, Harley. So if you're in the Bangor area and you need a haircut, Harley at Headlines did a beautiful job, and she's trying to build up some clientele in the Bangor area too. So we are in Maine till at least early August. We don't have an exact end date. A lot of it depends on, we have to deal with some family property and some stuff up here after all the shows are done.
Hey,
so it kind of depends on how long it takes us to do stuff. Good boy.
We Pride Parade was yesterday, so we went out in the rain and enjoyed the festivities. That was fun.
It was a little cold and rainy, but it was worth it. It was worth it. It was a good parade. It was a really good showing considering that the weather did not cooperate.
They couldn't do that huge flag, so they have like a big flag that just kind of travels around. They did it in the Portland parade, but it's like this gigantic flag everybody holds up over their heads. It's like a river. I think they call it the river Pride flag or something.
Yeah, River of Pride.
But it's like it'll like basically cover the entire street of downtown when everybody's got it furled out. But of course, if it gets wet, it weighs a ton, so they couldn't do that. But
and I imagine it's a nightmare to try to dry it out. And
I mean, it's a nightmare just to handle something like that to begin with, in normal weather without wind or anything else. But trying to do all of that, it's like.
I mean, this isn't like, if you don't know about it, and if you're in the Bangor area, it's not like the Linehan flag. It's like, it takes up most of downtown. Like, it's a couple blocks long. It's crazy. So I know that they must have been really bummed. They only get it every, 5 or 6 years because it rotates around cities. So they were bummed that they couldn't use it. I don't blame them. And we saw our friends from, I am not going to say it correctly, so please forgive me, the Renaissance group that meets on my mother's property in October. They were in the parade, and they had a group of them.
The Society for Creative Anachronisms.
Yes, but they have their actual... Their
Local
kingdom is called Ender something.
Oh, I have no idea.
I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I'm butchering that. But
they were out there. George, Kaz, and Fanon.
Yep.
All those cats.
Yep, all dressed up in all of their period garb, and yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. So there's that. What else did we do this week?
Oh, that's a good question. I had an eyeglass appointment. Finally got my prescription updated. That was exciting. Exciting for me anyway. And get to see one of my best friends, Ginny, who's an eye doctor in Herman. And I'm getting together with her again this afternoon. I'm going to hang out with her during Galen's show.
Oh, is my guitar too loud? I'll turn it down.
Oh, yeah, the speaker's a lot closer to it than we are.
Is that better?
It's probably still too loud. Yeah, so Galen bought a Gretsch ukulele that he hasn't even seen yet. So he's got the Gretsch guitar, the Gretsch bass that he bought specifically to do the Rocky Horror Show with at Penobscot Theater, and then he got a Gretsch ukulele that he hasn't even put in his hands yet, because our friends John and Susie picked it up in Florida after we left, and they both also play a little ukulele. So they're now on a trip to Alaska, RVing, and I'm wondering if the Gretsch actually went with them.
Probably not, because they're in a RV. They probably don't want to bring it.
But we'll get that back from them when we get back in Florida later in the year. So our boat is in North Carolina on a slip that Mike Hamby, that is on our live right now. Mike and his wife allowed us to stay on the slip that they have there. They're keeping an eye on Molly Nogger for us, which we appreciate immensely. It's amazing. Like, we've always stressed out horribly about leaving the boat, and we've never left her for more than 3 weeks. Most of the time, not more than a week. And now we're gone for the bulk of the summer, and it's Mike and his whole family have just been so amazing that there's just no stress there. It's just like, yeah, yeah, Mike's watching the boat. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine. He's gonna let us know if there's
it's
anything
fine.
weird. If
Everything's fine.
something's wrong, we'll fly down. Whatever.
Don't worry, it's fine.
It's fine.
Totally normal.
And it's I don't know. It's just it's an amazing gift that you folks have given us to take that stress away. Seriously. And we just know it's fine. Right, Bliss? It's fine. So while we rented a car to drive up from North Carolina to Maine after we got the boat from Florida to North Carolina. And during that trip, Puss had never, Pickles here, had never been in a car with us for longer than like 20 minutes. So it was an 18-hour drive. So it was a really big deal. So we like set up a little box and a little sleeping area for him. But he wanted to be on the console between us in the car all the time. So we've learned if we have the chairs like this and we put this other chair right behind us, he just wants to get up between us. Like he likes being between us now. And sometimes he'll just come up and sit on the arm of this chair. So it's like, yep, it's time to sit here, do the thing. Where you guys sit there weirdly looking the same direction. I guess I'll come up between you. Oh, Galen's found the secret of coffee in Bangor. Sean said the guitar should always be above the vocals.
Yes.
Sean, we need to get together. I need to see you. I've been here for like a month and I haven't seen you yet. And we're here till at least the first week of August. At least, realistically, probably slightly longer. And Mike said I'm going to go down today and get the outboard today so I can check it out. Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, Mike's helping us with our outboard was acting up at the last part of our trip. And he's going to...
Yeah, and totally unnecessary if you don't have time to fuck with that,
or you don't want to.
You were asking what you could do to help us out if you wanted to. That's absolutely, that would help us out a lot. If you want to say, if I don't fucking have time for this, I totally get it. So and it's something I can tackle.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
I appreciate everything you've done for us and everything you're doing. So
yeah, we wouldn't have even asked that if you hadn't said several times, what else do you need while you're here? What else can I do? And I'm like, well, there's got to be something that would be really good for, the outboard. Yeah, Mike could totally help with the outboard. That would be awesome. So thank you for that. But feel free to abort that plan anytime. And I think you know where the outboard keys are for the lock. I think I told you that. If you don't remember, let me know. And I think you're all set though. Yeah, Sean, you'd like this guitar. Oh my gosh.
It's the Meow Meow Party Machine.
Its name is Meow Meow.
Meow Meow Party Machine.
Oh, sorry. That's the official name now?
Yeah.
And now then you have Minnie named for Minnie Pearl, who's your acoustic Cordoba. Is that the one that's staying up here?
Yeah, no, the Minnie's on the boat.
Minnie's on the boat, okay. And the other Cordoba, because he's got two Cordoba like compact guitars, like they're a little bit shorter. And he uses them for our Sailbums gigs a lot, and they're just great for portability. What's the name of the other one?
Gidget.
Gidget's
right. Up here.
Yep. And he's leaving, the one that we brought up this time, he's leaving up here for when we do shows up here. So we're looking pretty good in terms of like we pretty much have everything that we need to do shows up here whenever we want to. I even have a duplicate keyboard up here.
Oh yeah, I've got the Dano too.
Oh right.
Yeah, the Dan Electro.
I was using my old...
I'll bring that over in a second.
I was using my old Elisa's keyboard whenever I came up, and that thing is so heavy. But then I wound up having to do an insurance claim on my Juno keyboard while we were down in Florida because we got a massive rainstorm. All of a sudden it got damaged. And I wound up, because of the insurance claim, I suddenly had two Roland DS61s and wound up, if you averaged it all out, I spent less than $300 on the second one. So I'm like, I'm just going to keep both of those and we'll have one in either one.
End of word.
Oh, did my mother know?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured she would. But yes, you're right about the Society for Creative Anachronism. That's like the parent group, but then they have their own kingdoms. I love it. That's such a nice group of people too. Oh my gosh. And so we're playing the Sidewalk Arts Festival in Bangor on the 5th. We're the last performers of the day. It's going to be around 2:33 when we start. They're not exactly sure yet. They're still working out the schedule, but we'll play till the end, which is supposed to be around 4. And Monique was the woman from downtown Bangor organization that called us and wanted to hire us, and she's been part of that group in the past too. So we've got all these connections, and that they don't refer to themselves as a Renaissance group. There's a more appropriate term than that, but they dress in period clothing and they do archery competitions and they bake bread in this amazing stone oven that they've created, and it's just absolutely amazing. They set up camp and have like this whole community um, for the entire weekend, and they do it on my mother's property in Newburgh, and they've been doing it for what, 15 years probably. I'll bet.
She said 20.
20. Oh my gosh. And so the entire Sean, if you can picture that whole property behind my mom's house where they used to do like the church events and stuff, it's now used by this group that dresses up in the big skirts, and they have a king and a queen, and it's a whole thing. It's awesome. And the big colorful tents, like medieval looking colorful tents, it's incredible.
Fanon actually just got a huge. I don't know anything about that world, but the SCA actually um, bestowed upon him what Kaz described as a doctorate level sort of
Oh yeah, I saw
award.
something about that.
Yeah, when they were in, where were they? God damn it, they were out west, and for that reason, he got a big honor by them. I don't know anything about it, but congratulations to Fanon, because
Yeah.
that's it's a big deal that he's worked really hard for it. So and I'll learn more about it from him.
I always think that we would have so much fun being in a group like that, and it seems like we always have friends that are in that world because we're always in the arts community and stuff. And there are some amazing artists in that group too. I mean, you got, for one thing, Kaz and George are amazing musicians and write their own music and stuff. And there's another man in that group that does incredible texture art. It's just creative. It's a good name for them, creative enactors.
We should join Ren. Yeah, because they're not like
They're not
Ren
like
Fair,
they're beyond.
We should join the Ren Fair people down in Florida. Be more poly people that way.
They probably
it's like
could.
everybody's poly. I don't know why.
The Ren Fair down, and we went to a Ren Fair down in Florida that was gigantic. Oh my gosh!
Hold on loosely.
It took that was hold on loosely.
Or yeah. So
Or
this one time we were playing this, and Allison started playing "Hold On Loosely," and then she lost her voice. So I'm doing this riff, and then I go on to, I can't get to sleep. I worry over situations,
and I'm going
and diving in too deep. And possibly the complications, especially at night. I worry over situations. I know be alright. It's just overkill.
close.
Yeah, that's the hold on loosely chord. Yeah.
and then when he did that live the first time.
Yeah, it goes to B flat on the hold on loosely,
Yeah.
but it goes to, well, if you're in D,
No,
but it goes to B minor. Day after day.
it's different.
Yeah.
the first time he did that live and we got to that point and I looked at him with this panicked look like, I don't know where it goes. I'm like, hopefully you can figure it out because, woo. It's so interesting. There are areas that we've played repeatedly and we just keep stopping through them, like Fernandina, like Port St. Lucie, like Wrightsville and Carolina Beach. And we've gotten to know the music community in that area, including the expectations of the fans. And they're different. Like, we've talked about some of this before, like in Fernandina, they'll just stop and do a song that they've never touched before and somebody will request it and be like, hang on, let me call that up on my phone, and they might only remember how it begins and they'll do 30 seconds of it and somebody will give them a $5 tip for trying. There are some areas that you would just never do that because it's expected that you're going to be polished and really put together, and that would be really kind of frowned upon, and like, this guy's a hack, he's just calling stuff up on his phone. So every area has their own little weird things. And I will say, I mean, Fernandina, oh my gosh, probably if I had to pick one place that we've played where there's like the highest concentration of amazing talent, it would be Fernandina.
Yeah.
I mean, just based on the people there that play out all the time, it's like, oh my gosh, this this is an amazing community of musicians.
And they play it every night.
Yeah.
Everywhere. It's yeah.
And a lot of and they've got it locked in for themselves. They're like, our buddy Sam McDonald, it's like he plays at the Green Turtle on Tuesday and he plays at the Palace on Wednesday, and it's like it's always the same all week long. And that's great if you're living in that area and you just have those gigs every single week. You don't need a full-time job on top of that. Your full-time job is music. Plus, you're being so good. You want more coffee? You want to wait?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta work that up again. Sky Taylor, she's known as Sky Taylor on the radio, but her real name's Natalie. Natalie is a medium and does like tarot reading and Reiki and a whole bunch of other stuff. And she's just basically done that for the last 20 years or so. But most people in the Bangor area know her as Sky Taylor on the radio. She called us up out of nowhere about it, I don't know, a year ago or something, and basically said, "You're gonna think I'm crazy, but I had this like vision, and you need to be doing that song." And I was like, "Well, that's interesting." And so we worked it up, but we haven't done it in a long time.
No, we haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song. In the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning.
I can't remember who it's
or
by.
from the beginning.
From the beginning. That's right. From the beginning.
Yeah. Shit. Who does that?
It's somebody from the Dean, fact checker, from the beginning. It's like an old 70s song. Dean Beard's official fact checker of the Sail Bombs will look that up and let us know.
Well, that's finding out. That isn't checking a fact. That's
well, I mean, but he's the research guy. He's the research guy. Sean, bye. I hope you have a great day. Please call us. Let's get together.
It's usually not distorted. Sounds kind of cool distorted though.
Medieval reenactors, my mother says. That's a much more. Thank you. I was looking for the right phrase. I called them Renaissance folks once, and Kaz was like, "That's not what we do." I'm like, "I'm so sorry."
All right, come on, though.
I'm like, "I'm so sorry."
Come on. I appreciate everybody getting called their own things and whatever you want to be called.
Be respectful of that.
Renaissance actors and medieval. I mean,
I'm sure there's some reason why there's some like no, because there's probably some fundamental big thing that. But anyway, picture all the people all dressed up and they do this really cool thing.
Maybe it's because they're not poly.
Maybe. God, ever since I came back to Maine, I'm allergic to pine. And ever since I came back to Maine, every morning I'm all congested. And it works itself out in a couple of hours. But I'm in here and I'm trying to clear everything out before we get on the live. And Galen's like, "What the heck are you doing? You sound like a goat." And I'm still getting a little bit of it. I'm like, Aw, what a good kitty. He's losing weight again. I can feel his spine. Pickles has hyperthyroidism, so we have to give him medicine in his ears every day so that his body will absorb nutrients. Otherwise, it just goes through him and he doesn't gain weight.
Yeah. I have to up his dose or fucking find something.
Yeah, I feel like...
Fortunately, that's how much, I'm going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a point where it's like you've given him as much medicine as he can. He's a 15-year-old cat too, and he's doing fine. But he was at one point an 18-pound cat, and I weighed him last week, and he was a little bit under 9. So he's lost
under 9,
unless the scale was
Holy
wrong.
shit.
Yeah, I did the thing where you weigh yourself and then you weigh the cat. You hold the cat and weigh your and like do the math. Yeah, I'll have you try it, but it's and I can, like, I'm petting him and I can feel the little bumps on his spine.
Yeah, he was skinnier than that though
You think so?
when we took him to the vet that time.
That's possible. Yeah. Yeah, he's getting up there. But hopefully we can keep it. It's the medicine goes in his ears, and he's starting to lose the hair on the back of his ears, which I guess is a side effect. I didn't know, but I looked it up later, and he'll start to get a little bald. He's like a little bald old man. Getting bald patches. Dean said, what's the lyrics?
What are the lyrics?
Yeah.
Might have been things might have been things I missed, but don't. Shit, I have to.
Chorus will help though. I got that. Because it's all clear. We were meant to be here from the beginning.
Might have been things I missed, but don't be unkind. It don't mean that I'm blind.
I can't remember.
I don't know. She sings the next line.
I'm like, don't look at me, man.
Might have been things I missed, but don't be unkind. It don't mean that I'm blind.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Of course, it's Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Of course it is.
Yeah, might have been things I missed, but don't be unkind. I don't mean to be blind.
It don't mean that I'm blind.
Don't mean I'm blind. Perhaps there's a thing or two I think lying in bed shouldn't have said. Yeah, it's a beautiful song. Really pretty on the. I mean, it's nice on that, but it's really pretty on the acoustic guitar.
On the nylon string. It sounds really nice.
I've had him play that and just use the music from that on a bunch of our reels on Instagram because it's just such a light, ethereal, pretty sound. Yeah, so G's got 14 days from now, the show will be over, Rocky Horror.
A bunch of shows.
Yep, and then we've got the Sidewalk Arts Festival on the 5th in the afternoon, around 2:33 we start. And then we've got Nocturnum in downtown Bangor on July 19th. And that's Nocturnum's always our big gig. It was kind of our haunt back when we were living here and we used to play there all the time. So everybody comes out. It's a lot of fun. And we might pick up something else, but if not, I didn't book a ton of extra things because I knew he was going to be so busy with Rocky And then afterward, we kind of need to go on high gear on his mom's property. So it's a lot to do in that amount of time. So, just for the sake of conversation, um, talk a little bit about the fact that you've been kind of making the transition to playing the electric instead of playing acoustic after we have used acoustic forever in our shows.
Yeah. I don't even know. I wanted this. I wanted this ever since I played that Gretsch over at Randy's place. Um, Picked it up and was dicking with it, and really didn't have. Yeah, I even said, I'm like, well, this isn't going to be part of our show. It's just going to be me for fun, and
And
also
recording.
recording. Needed a decent electric for recording, but the more I started screwing around with it and buying pedals and stuff, I was like, well, geez, let's try this out on our regular show. So I think the one we do at the Sidewalk Art Festival might be our first show where we go electric, and it's as I'm getting more sensitive to like sounds and the sounds we're making, um, I'm being more critical of my playing and more critical of um, the overall the overall sound, um, and the just strumming the acoustic. Um, and I think I was getting into this like last year, like in when we were doing the resort. And I'm like just pounding on that acoustic and strumming along, just really just taking away from what we're doing. So I try to be a little more elegant um, in my playing, and that's kind of evolved into this. Like when I switched over to the nylon string, um, that immediately made me play softer, um, because I started out life as a drummer, then moved over to bass. I've got a super heavy hand. So when I was playing that six string steel string, my Yamaha, which I still love, I love that
Oh,
Yamaha
it's got
guitar,
such an amazing sound.
the trans
The
acoustic.
dreadnought.
But you can see the frets. I mean, I've had it like 5 6 years now, and it shouldn't need a fret job. It needs a fret job because I grab onto that thing like I'm gonna fucking choke it, and I just sit there and pound on it. I'm super aggressive with guitars. I didn't realize this too. My first ukulele needs a fret job. Um, it's like because I just fucking choke it, just pound. Like here,
I will play
I'm
you.
making music. Love me. And so when I got the nylon string, that because if you get like softer strings and an acoustic too, it's like if you voice things and you're just like sitting there, it can
Distorts it.
puts that. Well, no, it's distortion.
Well, I meant it distorts the tone.
Yeah. So listen to this. This is soft, and then hear that. Yeah, it almost like a fucking like 20 cents out if I'm sitting there reefing on it. So I've had to learn to play with a much softer touch and more refined style, and and to go along with that is tons of practicing. I practice fucking constantly trying to get good at this, um, which is great. It fulfills me and makes the audience happier, I hope. if I'm playing better. So yeah, so I think we might try an electric gig, and it is different a little bit. It's allowing us to do a little more, um, allowing me to do a little more soloing, which I didn't think I wanted to do, but I was realizing I was really missing, because as a bass player, as a jazz bassist, I was known for soloing. Not a lot of bass players at the time when I was really heavy into the jazz scene here were doing a lot of
Almost none of them.
soloing, and I loved doing it. And um,
And that's, I'm going to interject and say that's one of the reasons I've always loved your bass playing. And Brad is in that category too. Brad that played with
Brad's
me
a
for
great
years.
soloist.
Um, you are both, but you even more so. He solos extremely melodically. A lot of bass players, when they, if they solo, it's more like, okay, I know all these walking bass lines and they're just doing a lot of up and down, and they're playing a little louder, and nothing wrong with that. They're staying in the right notes and everything, but it's not very creative. When Galen solos, it's more like listening to somebody do a scat solo, and
And it's, yeah,
there are ebbs and flows, and Brad does that too, but even a little bit more melodically, I think you do.
yeah. I mean, that was then. Um, Guitar playing is a lot different. A lot of people, they expect the riffs. They expect, that sort of thing. And I'm learning those things, but I've been playing guitar since I was a kid, but I never learned that many lead lines because I was never a lead player, never wanted to be. Um, and I don't really want to do that now either. Um, I'm not trying to be like a lead guitar player in a cover band. What I do like to do is I like to improvise solos. So most of our solos are still improvised, and I'll throw in enough. Like there's iconic tunes like the Tom Petty tunes, and some things where I am going to do the leads, like at least a nod to
Things people kind of expect to
the
hear.
leads. Yeah, and like I'm really working hard on uh that Steely Dan tune.
Oh, do it again,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I want to get that sitar solo at the end.
Oh,
It's not really a sitar, but
so Sandra Mummery is on. Good morning, Sandra. And the Vances are on. Hi,
oh, hey guys,
Vances. Alto Brandon says, Beth says hello.
hey Beth.
Hello. I'm regretting the melodica that Beth gifted me is on the boat, and I kind of wish I'd brought it. When we were leaving, it was like we have this little tiny car. It was smaller than what I thought we were going to have, and I'm like, I can't bring everything,
I
and
was
so I made some decisions of like, oh, I can get by without that.
I was literally holding it up, going, "You should take this." She's like, "We can't fit it." I'm like, Look at
It's a
it.
melodica.
It's fucking tiny."
I should
You
have brought it.
totally could have taken it.
Oh, and my little battery powered amp. I've been going to these jam sessions at 2 Feet on Sunday afternoons and playing ukulele bass. I wish I had my battery powered amp up here, and we were like, oh, we won't need that. We got another little tiny. We got two like tiny amps in the office in Newburgh where we're staying. We'll just plug in. It's no big deal. I'm like, oh, I wish I had my battery powered one because they play outside like under a tent. I'm like, oh. It's just the way it is. Mummeries, I hope you're doing well and healthy and all that good stuff. I want to say, you don't have to put it on here if you don't want to, but I want to say that you guys went back home for a little bit, I think, and you're coming back to the boat. Am I correct in that? Coming back a little later in the season, maybe? And I know people get tired of this, but Vances, when are you leaving? When are you leaving? When are you coming toward Florida?
Oh, that's like the worst. People keep asking.
Well,
Even now, they're like, when are you going back to the boat? When are you going back to? I don't fucking know.
Oh, Lily, we stopped in to see our friend Adam play at Happy Endings in downtown Bangor last night. I love seeing Adam. He's one of my favorite local performers to see up here. And Galen used to play with him, but he also plays solo. And we came in. He's like, "Does this mean you guys are back for good?" And we're like, "No, but we're back for a while."
No, definitely not. Back for good. We're back for evil.
Back. We're back for all the wrong reasons. If you are local, I still have two more shows at the Stage Door, which is the bar attached to Penobscot Theater. I'll be playing Friday, June 11th and July. Friday, July 11th and Friday, July 18th. Around 9 to 11. I play, like, basically as soon as the Rocky Horror Show gets out, they open the doors and I immediately start playing so that the people exiting the theater can see me and hear me playing and want to stop in the bar on the way out. So that's a lot of fun. We've had really good crowds in there. I think I talked to the bar manager there, and they seem really happy. Definitely worth doing. They don't always have music in there. And I said, well, hopefully this means that whenever I call you up and I say we're going to be back for a month, you'll plug me in. And they're like, yep. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's been a cool
Voters in St. Augustine, and they're heading back down in October.
Yay.
St. Augustine, that's not. Where is St. Augustine? Oh, all right, St.
Yeah.
Augustine. Yeah, okay. I know where your boat is.
Yep.
St. Augustine.
Nice.
You on the hard, or you on a slip down there?
So here's something kind of interesting. At least I think it's interesting. So politics aside, don't want to get into that. There have been a whole bunch of changes to weather forecasting through NOAA. A lot of things that have been pivotal to doing forecasting for like hurricanes and things like that are being phased out or departments eliminated, and there's a lot of concern in the cruising community about what this is going to mean for us with predicting the storms ahead of time and how dangerous that could be. So that
what's changed though?
well, I would have to actually look up but I mean, you must have been seeing some of those articles come through the news about.
I haven't seen any articles.
Oh, okay. No. Well, I have. But yeah,
I've seen everybody panicking about it. I mean, I'm not saying that they're wrong to panic. I don't know. I don't know what changes. I mean, we know someone there.
We do.
So that was one of the changes. I guess.
They took the early retirement package.
He took the fork in the road. Don't blame him.
When a lot of the federal employees were given the option to go, he went.
Yeah. Like, oh, we need you back. No, fuck you. I'm done. I'm fucking going to Alaska.
Like, nope, I'm going elsewhere.
Anyways, so we got one brewing down in Mexico right now, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind if they brew in Mexico, because that means they have to come up the Gulf and at least pass through. Sounds awful, but they have to at least pass through Florida. That's going to wear them down a little bit. Passing through Florida will wear anybody down.
Yeah, we get to bring our boat down from North Carolina to Florida too later in this season. They're saying this is going to be an above normal Atlantic hurricane season, but I feel like they say that
every fucking year. I'm so sick of that. It's like, oh, it's gonna be a big hurricane season. It's a hurricane season. It's not gonna be small. I mean, it's a fucking hurricane season. Jesus Christ. People are gonna lose their homes. That's gonna happen. It's not a fucking small thing.
So far away from me. That's a cool song. I like that song. Who's that?
I want to say Mark Knopfler has something to do with it.
Who are the people that? What's the band that did "Money for Nothing and Your Chicks
for
Free"? Yeah,
that's it. Mark Knopfler's band. Dire Straits.
Yes.
Because he does that finger picking. I don't know the riff, but I feel from what I remember, it might sound like it's like a finger picking deal.
an interesting season.
I don't know. It's oh
Brendan says hurricane equals waves.
yeah,
That's all he cares about.
yeah.
Give me those huge breakers.
That's where we're kind of opposite because I don't like the waves.
Yep.
He loves the waves.
Yep. We're gonna get really awful weather, and we're like, no, and Brendan's like, yeah.
As long as we're on the inside.
And did you see Sandra said she's on the hard?
Okay,
Less
I
stress.
did see that.
Less stress, she said.
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. In fact, we were Molly. If it weren't for the Hambies taking care of our boat for us, um, we would totally be in
Indian Town.
Indian Town.
Yep.
Hauled out.
Indian Town down the river toward the Okeechobee Okeechobee Lake.
Okeechobee, yeah, Okeechobee Lake's there, but
Yep.
it's right before Okeechobee Lake.
Yep.
In the Okeechobee Waterway.
Yep. And that's where we did our bottom job, and we were, oh god, that was hot that week. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, that was insane.
That was, I won't do that again without borrowing an air conditioner from somebody. That poor cat. Oh my god, the cat was so hot. It was like 95 degrees, and we're grinding everything off the bottom and repainting it. And just, oh my gosh, it was miserable. But we got it done.
Yeah.
Great facilities there, though. I mean, and they were so competent. They did a great job taking the boat out and putting it back in.
And parties.
Oh,
Fucking guy comes out with a rolling scaffolding unit with a outboard motor that had a blender attached to it. Making margaritas.
he's got a straw hat.
And he wasn't even fucking peeling the fruit. He's just throwing the fruit in. Fucking. Like, okay, sure.
He's got a straw hat on. The top of the hat's all gone. It's basically just the brim that's left. And he's like, we're having a party. Yeah. He's like, come on down.
And free margaritas. I mean, you throw money in the tip jar for him.
Yeah, he just kept pumping out margaritas, and people would throw $5 in.
Yeah, and I mean, they were funky ass margaritas because he wasn't peeling any of the fruit, and it wasn't just some it was basically tequila and fruit in a blender with some ice, and yeah, man, that was a good old party.
But for a week that you're doing all that incredibly hard work and it's super hot, and somebody says, come on down and just relax and have a drink, we're like, yes, thank you.
Yeah. Surprisingly diverse people there for middle of Florida.
Yeah.
I was actually impressed. But yeah, it was really cool. I dig Indian Town. I dig it.
Yep. And everybody, exactly. There were some colorful characters there, who might not have completely identified as a man or a woman, and they were, nobody was even batting an eyelash. It was just like, yep. You want a margarita? That's all they cared about. And I love that. That Gretsch does have such a great sound.
Yeah, it does.
And I love the gold too, like the gold.
Yeah,
hardware.
I'm wearing off the gold already.
Are you really?
Yeah, because that's where I put because I do a lot of palm muting.
Yeah.
Because in my mind I'm a rockabilly.
That's his dream. He really just wants to be in a rockabilly band.
In another life, I don't want to put in the work right now. I'm too old. In another life, I would be like the fucking Reverend Horton Heat. The thing is, I was in a psychobilly band for a hot minute in Portland. Stevie and the Blackouts. And it was like a very small amount of time. their other drummer came back with a lot of. He left to go do a harvest, and they were like, "Oh, we're sick of this." Then he came back with a lot of weed, and they're like, "Oh, okay, you're back in." Uh, and I was fine with it because I didn't get it. I didn't get the whole rockabilly thing, and um, now I get it. Now I understand it, and I'm like, "Oh, I could have had so much more fun during that brief period of time if I just embraced that whole fucking." You know, I was a drummer at the time. You show up with a bass and a snare drum, and that's it, and a hi hat maybe. You don't fucking bring a whole kit. It's psychobilly. You sit there, you just fucking wail on a snare drum the whole night. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, well, I was young.
So the other part of him switching to electric, it affects me and my playing too, because we're now revisiting. So we've been practicing off and on throughout this whole time up here, getting ready for our upcoming Sail Bums gigs. And you wouldn't think we would need to practice that much because we do gigs all the time, but everything sounds different. So like there are all these places where he was using the acoustic guitar, and rhythmically his strumming with the acoustic guitar was giving us a lot more drive and fullness, and now that's gone. So what do I have to do on keyboard to augment that, to change how I'm playing? So I'm having to like readdress every song that we do and figure out how am I going to play this differently so it doesn't empty out and it doesn't feel as naked in certain spots. Um, and I have to admit, I'm still just a tiny bit on the fence about whether or not I'm going to prefer you doing the electric.
Yeah, me too.
There are so many things that it will add to our show, but one of the compliments that we get all the time um, is that we don't sound like a duo. Like when people come out to see us, we've worked really hard to have this very full sound that we're never going to be a four-piece band. We don't have a drummer. I mean, unless we hire two other people to play with us. But as a duo, we have a very full sound, and we've worked very hard to make that happen. Um, and it's a little emptier with the electric, but we can do more.
I see. I disagree. I don't think
It's
I don't think it has to be emptier with the electric. I think.
well, it feels a little bit that way right now, but that's part of why we're working through all the
Yeah.
songs and figuring out how to change them. Not drastically, but I think I'm going to prefer it
I think that
at the end. But
I think we're going to be happier with the sound. The tones are way better. If if you're sitting there, I get it. 70% of the people are just sitting there drinking, having a conversation. They just want something in the background, and it's like, oh, he's singing a song I recognize. It's Jimmy Buffett. Okay, good. That fits the mood we're in. I'll throw $10 in the tip jar. I mean, that's most of our crowd, but that's not all why the entire reason why we do this. And I think we're going to be much happier with um, the tones that are coming out. And if we're happier with that, I think the crowd's going to be happier. Um, just because we're going to be, more on our game and playing better and doing a little more sophisticated stuff. That's my hope, anyways.
I think you're right. It's just a process, and how we sound doing it in these first, like I'm going to say maybe 10-ish gigs with this. It's going to evolve as we learn from that process, and you figure out basically both of us figuring out how to have that fullness but do it with these instruments together. Brendan says he loves rockabilly. Okay, so now when we come back to Florida, you and Beth and we are going to have to go find some really good rockabilly concert to go to. We saw Southern Culture on the Skids in Portland. That still stands out as one of my favorite concerts that we ever went to. I loved that concert. That could be like 4 songs that he's doing right now. But I'm going banana pudding.
No, it isn't. Get this bumping, just knocking on wood. I got 8 slapping cylinders under this hood. That's right. Shit. Riding, ride. Shit, what is that song? It's like one of the more obscure ones too. I don't know why I know.
I can hear it, but I don't know the name of it, and I can't think of how the chorus goes. Is it
That
like
was the chorus.
okay. Is it like so many miles to something?
No,
No,
that's 50 Miles to Vegas.
that's a
We
different
used to
one.
do that one.
We did used to do that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I should definitely learn some SoCo because I have a Dan Electro now too, and he plays. He has more than one guitar, obviously, but his main guitar for years and years was a Dan Electro original. I want to say 59 or 56. I'm not quite sure, but it looks like the 59 reissues, and somebody put a P90 pickup instead of the lipstick pickups. They replaced it with a P90 pickup. Um, and my Dan Electro has a P90 pickup in the neck pickup, but also has the lipsticks in front. I'll get the Dano for a second so everybody can see it.
I used to do Camel Walk. We did Camel Walk in Bangtown Swingers when we did that.
I would do camel walking.
Yeah.
House of Bamboo.
Oh yeah.
That would be a
In the
fucking
House of Bamboo.
number 54. House of the Bamboo Door.
Yep. And oh, you pharaohs, let us walk like a camel. It was more of a spoken word song, but it was really fun.
We did it jazz though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did it in a jet. We took a rockabilly song and turned it into jazz. It was a riot. Ooh, Brandon says Reverend comes down here.
Yeah.
We could go see Reverend Horton Heat. That'd be freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh, Mike's back. Apparently he went away for a little while.
This is the Dan Electro.
Mike's back.
So this is fun. Has the has dual lipsticks instead of like the two separated lipsticks, and they act as a humbucker for the bridge pickup. Now they're coil tapped, so when I pull this knob, it snaps out. You hear it snapping. When I do that, it coil taps it, so it's a single pickup like a Strat. And the P90's it's a single coil, even though it's wide. It's actually a single coil, so I can ride between two single coils front and back if I want to, or I can do a humbucker in the front with a single coil in the back, or split them separately. So it's a pretty diverse guitar as far as the range of tones.
So for people who have no idea what any of that just meant, what does it mean for you?
Well, it means what it meant. It has a wide range of tones you can get out of it, which you're not really going to hear. And the trem is like really deep. It's not like the Bigsby on the Gretsch. So like, I hit. So you can do like the Eddie Van Halen dives, like I'm not gonna play like Eddie Van Halen, but yeah. So this is it's a fun guitar. I'm still getting used to this one though. I could change the strings though. The strings are really light. Like I said, I'm kind of a grab it, throttle it, and fucking. I'm trying to get better. But.
This is the guitar, if you heard us talking about it at some point, where he'd been saying he wanted a Dan Electro for a long time, for years. And he found one used up here on, was it Marketplace or Craigslist? Doesn't matter. But it was used. And he had told me about it, but he just told me that it was out there. And then one night, he comes back from doing the show, and I hadn't gone in town with him. And it's like he's been home for like 2 hours, and he says, so what do you think about me getting that Dan Electro or something? And I'm like, how much did he want for it? And he told me, and I'm like, okay, so if he wanted that, he'd probably be willing to take X amount of money. And I'm like, don't you think? And he looks at me sitting on the couch next to me. He goes, yeah, he did this afternoon. That's exactly what he took.
And I said he took three. I said he took $375 for it.
Oh, and I'm like, did you get it? And he's like, it's sitting over there. And he was like in the room with me the whole time.
It was in a case.
It was very a well-timed surprise. Hey, Chris. Oh, Mike says I think we've got a little lag. Oh, there's a puss. There's puss, everybody.
Hey, push.
Mike says they say that every year. That must have been a response to the hurricane thing. Every once in a while, it seems like we the comments don't like to pop up for us, and I'm not sure why.
Out of tune. And then my tuner.
There we go. Welcome to live chat. Woohoo. More Metallica, please. You requested.
Good egg. Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget my son. To include everyone. Take you in deep within. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Exit light into night. Day outside, to never let.
There you go, Sandra.
That's as metal as I get right there.
Hero of Canton.
Oh, fuck me. Oh my God.
Okay, that just made my morning. Thank you. The Hero of Canton.
Jane, the man they called Jane. Yeah, I don't know it.
We should know. We should be able to rip that
We
out.
should, of
At
all
any
the
given
fucking
time.
people, we should be able to rip up the Hero of Canton.
If you're not a Firefly fan, watch the Firefly.
Watch the Firefly.
Well, I was gonna say series, but it's one season. They never did any more.
Watch the season.
It's so sad that they never did more.
Fucking Fox.
That was the worst decision to end a series ever. But we're all still hurt about it. Best one-liners of any show ever in creation. The writing on that. And that's very appropriate because it's almost like rockabilly fits with that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a cowboy sci-fi
No, you need that
series, you know?
You need that old you need like this guitar though, like the surf. More but in tune. Yeah.
I love this. Okay, I love how the folks who sign on with us are as random as we are in their thought process. Mike says, I have a Dunkin' Donut Culotta machine to make margaritas with now. It can make 6-gallon batches. Oh my God. And he also said that Molly is in the best place she can be in Wrightsville Beach for a storm. That slip that we're in down in Wrightsville, it's a nice protected spot. The way it's kind of around the corner behind some buildings, and it's not at the outer edge of the marina. There are a lot of boats and docks to take impact before Molly would get hit, and so it's just a great spot to be in. If we're going to be in that area. Also, Brandon says play some punk.
I don't know if I know any punk. Yeah.
Does Blister in the Sun qualify?
Yeah. When I'm walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. High as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Let me go.
Yeah, you're right. Let me go wild, and I know you're the one.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's about all I can remember. Let's see.
I'm trying to think if maybe I knew some punk back in the 80s.
Green Day. We used to do some Green Day.
I don't know if that's really punk.
Well, some of their stuff is, yeah, definitely.
Punk-ish.
I think. What do you think, Brandon? I mean, I think Green Day qualifies as punk. I mean,
So Brandon? You into Soap Girls? I fucking love Soap Girls. They're like these two sisters who just travel the world and they just fucking play just total fucking punk. Actually, you know, punk. My favorite punk group is I don't know any of their shit. Is the one Lady Gaga.
oh, yeah.
They actually Lady Gaga got her start by
with them.
playing not with them, but playing. She took like the back part of one of their sets. They let her get up. Oh shit. Semi-precious weapons.
That's right.
Yeah. Who actually a friend of ours, Charles List, is actually knows those guys.
Yeah, semi-precious weapons, and they're crazy. They're amazing. Very very punk. And do you know them, Brandon? You must. I mean, and also
Yeah,
Brandon said, "Did we just become best friends?" Yeah. So if you look on YouTube and look up Lady Gaga and semi-precious weapons, you'll find videos. She still to this day, every once in a while, will show up like at one of their shows.
They don't play anymore.
Oh, they don't. Oh, okay. Well, after she got really famous, she would show up at their shows and just jump up and do some stuff with them.
Stage dive.
And stage dive and scream out a couple songs and stuff because she just absolutely loved them and there was so much awesome history there and it's like, oh my god, Lady Gaga's with them, you know.
She wouldn't. Yeah, she wasn't fucking around either.
Oh no, she was all.
She was out there and basically wearing fucking nothing, just jumping into the fucking crowd. And Soap Girls are fucking awesome though. If you haven't checked out Soap Girls, check them out. They are super punk.
Now we have a request for Nirvana. You're putting us on the spot here because we don't do any of this music, but you know, I'm okay with it. Where were we? We were somewhere. It was right before we came up here, and we walked in, and there was a band playing, and they started a song, and I'm like, "Is this Polly? Are they doing Polly? Oh my god, Polly wants a cracker. I guess I should get off her first." That song has always cracked me up.
I can't remember any Nirvana. I was gonna try to play some Foo Fighters, but I totally forgot that too.
Yeah, you get that. When the lights out, it's contagious. You want to entertain us. I feel stupid.
Yeah, I knew that at one point.
We're gonna have to revisit that, Sandra. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I can't get it in my head. Okay, that's helping. Thank
Okay.
you. Jesus Christ. I lost it. Oh well.
Oh, heart-shaped box. Yeah, I love their stuff. Ska music. Oh my gosh. I used to be like early No Doubt fan. I was a big No Doubt fan in the early days.
There's not much difference between ska and for guitar players between ska and polka.
Structurally, yeah, you're right. Oh my gosh. So Galen's got a show at 3 o'clock today. It is 12 o'clock now. and I'm getting together with a friend during that time. I'm gonna hang out with my eye doctor, who's also one of my closest friends.
Oh, what are you guys gonna do?
I have no idea. I just told her I was available at 2:15.
Cool.
Might take her over to the jam at 2 feet.
Oh, there you
She
go.
might actually like that.
She tell her to bring her pan drum. That'd be pan drum at a jam. That'd be kind of
That would
cool.
be pretty awesome. One of my closest friends, who was also my eye doctor, just started playing with a pan steel drum band and our pan steel drum band. I don't know how to say it properly, but yeah. So she's like playing the pans, and she's still pretty new at it. But they have a show on Wednesday, and I'm gonna go. They're gonna be playing in front of the library on Wednesday in Bangor. Their name is Panstorm. I love that. Panstorm.
So this is you can't see the pedal, but it's no, I can't because of the electric, but trio pedal. So I I'll play like a basic chord structure into it, and then I'll hit it, and it'll just come up with a drum and a bass.
It's like the greatest practicing tool ever.
And I can change it, like I can change a style. Like if I wanted to change this to like a metal. Or country, Latin. Oh yeah, there we go. Anyways, or jazz, which will be Latin. Oh, I can change it to swing. Get rid of my loop. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's good. It's a lot of cool, fun things on it.
So we have friends that one in particular that we know really well who plays tracks. He's a phenomenal guitar player, and he has a track with this music going behind him, and he just plays guitar, and he's built this whole brand of just like beautiful guitar music. It's fantastic. I love it, and he's super talented. But Galen was saying somebody could take one of these pedals, and instead of playing to tracks that are basically just recordings, you could start something off and then meld it, and you're basically doing the same thing, but you're kind of deciding the whole feel and the tempo and changing it as you want to, and then build a song around it. And it opens up a lot of interesting possibilities. You guys can't see the puss, but this is his decision making process is so funny because you can see where he looks, where he decides if he's going to get into things, and it's like looking at the table, looking at us, looking at our coffee things, looking. What else can I get into right now? What else can I mess up?
Dean's is Boston.
Yeah.
Little Tommy Schultz. I don't know anything by Boston.
No.
Boston would be a great learning some Boston though would be a great learning experience for me.
What was it?
Some of those iconic leads.
What did we used to do? We used to do a song with Rock Revelation. That was Boston. Shoot, it was one of the more iconic songs. I have to look it up. But Boston plays a pivotal song in our sailing journey because every time we've been in a place for a long time and we take off, I drive Galen crazy because I go down, and we did this when we first left Maine on Molly, and I cried like a baby while we were doing this. We're like leaving the dock, and we play Long Way from Boston on the speakers. And if you know the song, it's got this big long intro. If you don't, look it up when we're done. Foreplay. And so you have this big long opening with this really awesome keyboard just by itself in the beginning, you know, and it's like moving all over the place. And then there's a point where there's just like one tiny little high note that gets held out for a long time, and it's just magical. It's like symphony, and then all this starts building and growing behind it, and it goes into the. It's been such a long time.
Yeah, it goes into long. So it's two songs. It's Foreplay, Long Time.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and then it goes into Long Time.
Yeah, and it goes into the. It's been such a long time. I think we should be going. Yeah. It's it, and for that song, I just kind of latched onto as kind of our big departure.
Oh, actually,
song.
yeah, that's maybe that's why Dean said it because such a long time. I think I should be going. Yeah.
That's way out of my key range.
I know. Well, I mean the original.
Going, yeah. So long from a distant highway. Yeah. Keep on chasing your dreams. Do it my way. Yeah. That's such a great song. Love that song. The whole song's about taking off and following your dreams and stuff. It was perfect. I get invested in songs like that.
That'd be like, yeah, a little ska version of fucking My Way.
Yeah. It loses something that way, though. More Than a Feeling was the one we did, I think. Maybe. Somebody brought that song up, though. Yeah, that's a great song. Boston is so awesome.
Such a tortured band, though. And the process of putting out those albums was just such a fucking... I mean, it's amazing that any Boston albums were ever made. It's just a lot of work, but they're perfectionists, they're absolute fucking perfectionists.
Yeah.
And when they came out with a third one, like way after everything else, it's kind of like a comeback thing. It's like Amanda was like top 40.
Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah, wicked talented bunch of guys, and they were from that era of music where, you know, I mentioned like symphony. It's like you had songs that evolved and had sections that this section didn't sound like this section, and well, it's like the whole Rush, you know, thing.
Yeah, I like that now.
You do?
I like that ska feel in it. Anyways.
Yeah. I can't think how Amanda goes right now. Oh,
those high, like,
you want to take me for a ride?
like the guitar harmonics in place of where everybody thought it was like a synth bell, but they like made a big deal. It's like there's no synthesizers on this entire album. It's all guitar.
Wow.
And yeah, and I forgot, but yeah, they did it all with like harmonics and pinch harmonics and stuff. I think, which I used to be really good at, but I can't fucking do a pinch harmonic to save my life now.
I'm determined to do Don't Stop Believin' at my next solo gig. That is a hard song to play and sing. I played it for years, but with somebody else doing the lead vocals and me just doing harmonies. Playing that song is challenging to play piano on and sing at the same time.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But I'm like, I'm that far away. Like when I'm practicing it, it's like I'm still messing up the timing a little bit here and there, but I'm like I'm that far away from having it. You just have to drill it. You have to just keep playing it over and over again, and eventually your brain gets used to these words fall at these points with my hands. It's like patting your stomach and patting your head and rubbing your stomach at the same time. Yeah.
And pretend I was playing it. It's so funny. It's like it's the same fucking frets, the same fucking strings, but I gotta take the pick out of my hand and you do that, or I can't remember.
Most guitar players are very, very selective and specific about what picks they use, and they're like, I only use this weight, and because they're like thicker and thinner and more flexible and not flexible. And Galen refuses to buy picks. He will only use picks that he picks up off the floor at gigs that other bands have dropped
Or if you
before
give
we
them
were
to
there,
him.
or if they're given to him. Yes, but he refuses
Actually,
to buy them.
The 0.7 Dunlop, with a little grippy. What is this? 0.73. I really like these. If I was going to buy them, if somebody wants to buy a bunch and drop them around me so I can pick them off the floor, that'd be fucking awesome.
I have a Riff Johnson one in my purse for you.
Oh,
And that was given to me. So by Paige, his manager, when we stopped in to see him.
Yeah.
When I stopped in to see him, I went up to see our friend Riff. That he's been on Cockpit Coffee with us before when he's come through. He's a Bangor artist that travels the country, but he's in Maine right now doing shows. So we stopped to see him, and yeah, Paige gave me a pick to give you. Now, if Ukulele Riff and we were all in Maine at the same time, that would be really.
We should all do a show together.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Fucking killer.
Because check out Ukulele Russ if you haven't yet. He's from the Pittsfield, Maine area, but he plays all over the country and up in Alaska. Well, that's part of the country, but he goes way up there.
He's a hard guy to pin down. I would love to do a show with him, but I think it'd be easier because we seem to be in the same locations often. Like us and Riff should do a show. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, it would. Riff's a great guitar player too. Does some really creative, cool stuff.
Oh, totally. Yeah, his fucking lead work, electric work is unbelievable.
Super nice guy too.
Yep.
Well, what do you think? Anything else you wanted to share before we take off? Nope. All right, so we've got the show on July 5th at the Sidewalk Arts Festival. We've got the Nocturnum gig on July 19th. That's Sale Bums. Both of those are Sale Bums. You can also catch me solo in Bangor on Friday, July 11th and July 18th at the Stage Door attached to Penobscot Theater. I'll be playing 9 to 11, and you can catch Galen at Penobscot Theater doing Rocky Horror every Wednesday through Sunday until July 13th. So we've got a lot going on, plenty of opportunities to see us if you're going to be in the Maine area.
yeah, if you're gonna be around, I mean, I know it's like if you're not into it, I guess you don't know. But um, I know you're probably looking at tickets. It's like, well, it's $50 thereabouts to go see Rocky. Um, but it's not. This isn't a fucking small production. It's they spent money on the production. That's why you got to pay the money to get in.
It's amazing.
It's it's a real deal fucking theater experience. It's not something that you just it's not like I have nothing you know against like smaller theater productions. So that's great, and you pay 10, 15, $20 even, and that's totally appropriate. Um, it's totally appropriate to pay $50 to go see Rocky here. It's a much bigger scale production, um, and it's live music. It's all live, and you're watching us. We're on stage. You can see us doing it. It's not we're not hidden somewhere, so you can see everything we're doing, which is interesting enough, I guess.
Oh, people love it when the
Um,
band's on stage. It's just yeah, just more
and it's
interesting.
not like something where they're playing the movie and they're doing like a shadow thing behind it. It's the legit Rocky play. It started out as a play. If you didn't know that, um, it's the legit play with all the music behind it, and it's the 2001 revival score that we're lifting most of it off from. So it's like way harder. It's a harder rocking um, show. Um, so it feels like you're going to a rock show, um, and the sound is just incredible. It's just dialed in. Eric did a killer job with that, and it's funny. And the crowd, just like when you go see the movie, the crowd is yelling at the performers. Um, Sometimes the performers react, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they get thrown off, and it's like, and that's kind of funny too to just kind of see, what's gonna if something derails and how it gets back on.
Or
And
yeah, like I was there one night when Frank, the narrator, somebody yelled something from the audience that they don't normally yell, that was like nasty, like sexually nasty, because it's that kind of show, and he didn't yell back at first. He just paused, and you could see on his face like, and then all of a sudden he looked at it and said, "You wish," and then he just moved on. So it's like they're augmenting what they're doing based on what the crowd is doing. So every night's a little different. It's amazing. But they have to, mentally prepare for that, which is very different because normally actors, they're learning specific lines and it always stays exactly the same throughout the run. And this is such a different beast, and the people that are in the show are the caliber that can handle that. It's amazing. And Dominic Varney.
Dean has
Oh
seen it.
my God. The guy playing Frankenfurter. Oh my God, he's just so incredible. He's been in lots of Penobscot theater performances, but for those that have only seen the movie, the guy playing the Tim Curry role, it's worth it just to see him. But the rest of the cast is absolutely phenomenal. But it's just an amazing production. One of the best ones I've ever seen there. Do the time warp again. It's just a step to the left. Put your hands on your hips. Yeah, and they get the whole crowd doing the dance with you and stuff. Sandra said that's a great price. She just paid $60 to see Full Monty. Yep, the tickets are
Right?
around 50-55 at Penobscot. They have some discounts for students, and you can sign up to be like a different levels of membership to get discounts throughout the year if you're going to go to a lot of shows and things like that. So it's totally appropriate. It's astounding, Dina says. Pittsfield. Oh, Mike says he lived in Pittsfield for a while. And Brandon says, I still need my Sailbums hoodie. Thank you for the reminder.
Oh, the hoodies.
Yeah, we got to set that store up.
Hoodies.
Yeah, well, they're really, the funny thing is, all the people that are asking us for hoodies are down in Florida. It's like, I expect the Maine people to want the hoodies.
I think they, yeah, hoodies.
Well, if you think about it, Brandon goes out, in the waves, and it's not always super warm in the water. I mean, most of the year it is, but come out of those waves, you got to warm up a little bit. Cool. Mark Way Up says, good morning. Good morning, Mark. We're just getting ready to wrap things up, but we're here doing Cockpit Coffee in Maine, playing some music, hanging out. The coffee is gone. So that's a good indicator that we might be done. I wish I knew it to sing it, but I don't.
I don't know the words either.
But eventually he
just a sweet transvestite
from
transsexual Transylvania.
Yeah, it's a great show. If you're in the area, go see it. It's totally worth it. My cousin Nicole went last night and brought her daughter Kaya, and they dressed to the hilt.
Oh my
so people
God.
dress up for these shows. You don't have to. You could just come wearing jeans and a t-shirt if you wanted to. But a lot of people come dressed for like they were in the play. So like my cousin had this bustier and her boobs are up here somewhere, and fishnet stockings and lace up boots that came halfway up her thigh.
Yeah.
And she decked out her daughter as well. And oh my gosh, they looked amazing.
And and you can buy there's like a bag that you buy. It's like $10, and it's got like confetti and tissue paper and all the
some noisemakers,
all the things you do during the show. And it's got a little thing, I guess, the newspaper that you put over your head, and it's got a bunch of I think it might have like the instructions of like when
it has a bunch of the call outs written out, so that when they say this, you yell this out to them or things like that. But a lot of people just have gone to enough of the screenings, because they'll play the movie Rocky Horror in movie theaters, and people will come in all dressed up and they do all the callbacks just yelling at the screen. But yelling it to live people doing it on stage is just another massive interaction level.
Definitely different.
and people, oh my gosh, people have been coming decked out. There was one girl a few days ago that was wearing a gold lame jacket and matching gold shorts and just pasties. And she was just out there, just like, yep, I'm here at the show, floppa, floppa. And as long as all the legal things are covered, you can come in wearing anything you want to. Mark says, I'm about as far away on the other side of the country as from you as you are from me. But he was a young Marine when Rocky first came out. Oh, time warp. Yep. Oh, wow. You thought we walked into the wrong movie. Yeah, I mean, it was out there then, and there's still people that, come to the theater and they're just like, oh my goodness, they weren't really prepared for that. But it's so much fun. And he's having, oh my gosh, the pit that he's in.
Oh my God.
They're so amazing.
It's the A-team for sure. And
oh my gosh.
When you're working with a group of people that are just so competent, and everything's going to get done, you don't have to worry about it, and you got your nose down, you did your work, you can fuck off. And we do, and we're just, it's really like being like in a green room, like backstage at like a roast or something, where the comedians are like telling all the shit, nasty, dirty jokes that they're not even going to tell on stage, you know.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the crew gets to hear behind us gets to hear all of our just nastiness.
Well,
So
I brought to his
it's
attention
going to be
last night.
some meetings.
I brought attention to the fact that I talked to one of the crew members and got to know her a little bit off to the side before one of the shows, and I was mentioning that my husband was the bass player, and she's like, oh yeah, Galen, he's great, and Galen's like, I'm not even sure who that person is, and that means they're hearing everything that we're saying in the bed. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I expected to be getting a call into HR.
And Mark said, that's when I got my first clue that California might have some strange people. I don't know. We're all over the place. Us strange people, we're all over the country.
Where are you in California? Or are you there now?
Oh, hi, Puss.
Cats, yeah.
Cats be on. You can be on camera if you want to, but you have to come
like
back
that?
here.
He likes that progression.
He was meowing in response.
You like that, buddy? You like chromatic descending dominant sevens?
He's like,
Yeah. Sure.
oh my God. Pickles has been enjoying being. Oh, he lives in Oregon now.
Oregon.
Gotcha.
You know, it's so funny. I'm just I don't know. I don't consider myself ignorant about these things, but I guess I am. I never thought of Oregon as a sailing community in an ocean state, but it definitely is. In Portland, I for some reason I think of Portland as its own fucking entity out there, and I don't really. It's like, oh, that's Oregon,
Yeah.
you know. And
well, it does have
I think of Oregon because I think of the Wild West and them, the Oregon Trail and the of course the game Oregon Trail, but you know, I don't think of like for some reason. So I think of it via land. I don't think of it as a big ocean, you know, bordering state. So it's as somebody was saying the other day, they do a lot of sailing in Oregon, and I'm like, where the hell do you sail in Oregon? The Pacific Ocean, dumbass! You, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and yeah, all of a sudden we seem to settle in a pocket of people. It might have just been online where they were talking about all the sailing on the Great Lakes, and we're like, well, yeah, of course, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I just don't think of most of the sailors I know are on the East Coast or they're on the West Coast or they're in the Caribbean, but it's like no, and we kept a boat on a lake for years. It was much smaller than the Great Lakes, but it was a deep lake. It was 178 feet in a lot of spots. Oregon coast is amazing, he says. We aren't talking about Portland now. We're over here on the east side near Idaho. Oh, gotcha.
Oh, okay.
He says, if we flick our Bics, will you play for us?
Flick. Flick your Bics. They didn't
now,
say
for those of you under 35, here's what that means now.
Did they say Bics or beans?
No, Bics.
Bics, okay.
B-I-C, just like the lighters.
Flicks it. I want to leave them with a song.
We can, yeah. Oh, they're shooting a new season of Trailer Park Boys, Dean says.
Yeah. I don't even know if that's what that is.
Oh, that's pretty close to the theme song of Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, I heard that. Of course, you get all of these things on Facebook that say, you know, the new season of Firefly coming out and all this stuff. And it's like, you get so excited. It's like, oh, fuck me. And you start, you know, it's all just clickbait. So I didn't know. Yeah, I remember reading that and I'm like, is that real or not? But that'd be Be interesting because a lot of people have passed. You know,
That's right.
Leahy's
Leahy's gone.
gone. The Mustard Tiger's gone. Phil, he's gone. And
Wasn't there a young guy that died?
God, I don't know if he's died or he's. No. He's Jonathan. He's still. Um, yeah, he did a bunch of does a bunch of stuff with Letterkenny too.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, he's an awesome dude actually. I forgot his name, Jonathan. The guy I played. Uh, Shit, what's the rapper's name?
I
I.
can't remember.
No, I'm saying. The guy that played the rapper, his name's Jonathan something. He's actually a really cool guy, and he does the Amish the Mennonite Dick, I think the last name Dick family on
It's unfortunate.
on that show. Oh yeah, that's the whole joke. And
Sandra's going back to working on her cushion covers that she's sewn. Good luck, Sandra.
What can we do? Like,
It still feels weird to do things just with the electric guitar.
yeah, and it's not really loud. Something really quick and fun.
Your love? Love the one you're with.
Kind of a heavier version. When you're down and confused, you don't remember who you're talking to. Concentration slips away because your baby's so far away. Well, there's a rose, a fisted glove, and the eagle flies with the dove. If you can't be with the one you love, honey, love the one you with. Love the one you with. Love the one you with. Well, don't be angry. Don't be sad. Don't be crying over good times you had. 'Cause there's a girl sitting next to you. She's just waiting for someone to do. And there's a rose, a fisted glove, and the eagle flies with the dove. And if you can't be with the one you love, honey, love the one you with. Love the one you with. Love the one you with. Here we go now. Love the one you with. Love the one you with. Love the one you with. Well, turn your heartache right into joy. 'Cause she's a girl and you're a boy. Did you get it together? Did you make it nice? You ain't gonna need no more advice. 'Cause there's a rose in a fisted glove, and the eagle flies with the dove. And if you can't be with the one you love, honey, love the one you with. Love the one you with. Love the one you with.
This is the first time we played and sung with a Denner Electro, so that's kind of fun.
That's not true. We
No, we have.
No, we practiced a couple times with electric.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I do it differently when I'm playing it with. Yeah. Yeah.
It is a very different sound. Mark says you're so good. Can't even remember these groups of hippies that originally sang it. Jonathan Ormond Torres, or J-Rock, was what you.
J-Rock. J-Rock.
Being the official fact checker of the Sailbones.
Not saying.
Love the one you're with.
Oh, that was Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Oh.
Or it was yeah, I think they released it Crosby, Stills and Nash. It was
Stephen Stills.
Stephen Stills
yeah.
wrote it. I know that.
Yep.
Yeah, we do it more of a that style.
Got a little groove in there. The pocket. Get into the pocket. We do a lot of hippie songs. Well, you know.
That's a lot of because when we did it on acoustic is.
Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah, but now we got the.
You get that little.
So they don't go down to the G. They actually stay on the A there, which shows. They stay right on that A.
That's weird.
It's weird.
We've always got it going. I like ours better.
Yeah, I can't. When I hear them do it, it makes sense. But when we do it, it makes no sense.
Well, also remember they're doing like 4 or 5 piece harmony.
They're also Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Well, they're doing 3-part harmony.
Well, I think there's even more than that on the recording.
Well, Neil Young doesn't count. He's Nash.
But you know,
he
there's
can sing.
2 of us.
He can sing high and gets high. I begrudgingly like some of Neil Young stuff.
Peace out, Mark. He's taken out to go do some gardening. We're going to take off
Have some fun.
Do. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something. Eventually go in town. You get a show.
Yep.
Bada bing.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Have a great day.
Have a good Sunday.